Hello, SB Havoc Doodles. I'm reading a book on etiquette. This one is How Customs Differ Abroad. Taking baths, and it's kind of long, so, bear with me. Taking baths. A hotel room with bath is still unusual in Europe and will not be really found except in luxury hotels. But washing facilities are provided in each room, though not necessarily running water. Can you tell this book is old? I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't know, maybe. Uh, Not necessarily running water. It is the European custom to take sponge baths daily. Tub baths, perhaps not oftener than once a week. The shower is uncommon, as there may be only one or two bathtubs. Excuse me, as there may be only one or two bathrooms to a floor in European hotels. The patron desiring to take a bath goes through a certain ritual. In most cases, he rings for the maid and makes an appointment for his bath time. When the hour arrives, the bathroom will be vacant and ready for him, and his bath drawn for him at the temperature he requests. In a small Paris hotel, he may find a clean linen sheet lining the carefully scrubbed bathtub, and a clean bath towel laid out for him. But as elsewhere on the continent, he is usually expected to furnish his own soap. There is, in addition, usually an extra charge for a bath, or at least the maid expects an extra pour tip for her trouble. Why can't these Americans get themselves clean in a sponge bath and fidget like normal people? Fidget. All over Europe and the British Isles, the letters WC are to be found posted in public places on signs or on doors. This is the English abbreviation for water closet, lavatory use. Often there is just one door marked WC, in which case the lavatory is for the use of both men and women. If there are two doors, there may be the WC sign, but on each door will be written the native equivalent of men and women. And these foreign words, at least, must be understood by the traveler. As most As almost no one travels abroad with a pocket dictionary, it is easy enough to determine these words for each country to be visited. In pronouncing the letters WC in France, one says double WC, double WC. In Germany and Holland, they say they say. In Latin countries, the word is some easily recognized variation of our lavatory or toilet. In Dutch-speaking countries, the word is retired, retired. retrograde. Retrograde. The word lavatory in English has come to mean toilet itself and never the wash basin, the bathroom or restroom, as in our inclusive use of the term. A friend of mine who spent much time in England says that the English are shocked, therefore, at such a bald American statement as I'll just rinse out my stockings in the lavatory to be really polite. In English, in England, you use that euphemism, where may I wash my hands, when in such in search when in search of a bathroom. Hey everybody. Many American unused to the French language finds himself muttering what to the mumbled pourboire he gets from the usher in a cinema as he is shown to his seat. A pourboire, literally for a drink, is a tip. Pourboire means for a drink means a tip. Most European servitors have mastered the English word by now and use it freely, but pourboire is still the most common word in American will hear, and unaccustomed as he is to anyone's actually asking for a tip or being obvious about the outstretched palm. He is sometimes deaf to that instant soft pourboire. The tip the tipping system, which is expected to make up the difference between base pay, if any, and living wages, is even more widespread in Europe than it is here. It is a continental custom to tip the theater usher, even the cinema usher. In the British Isles, theater ushers are not tipped, but where there is a program, there is a charge for it. The equivalent of 20 cents, usually a coin about the size of our quarter, a shilling, a France, a lira, a half guilder, etc., is a generous tip. In Europe, for anything other than a metal, the tip for which is roughly 10 to 15% in round numbers, as it is here, 20% where lavish tipping seems expected. For small services, the equivalent of 10 cents or so, a sixpence, in the British Isles, for example, is considered usual. I'll make this a two-part. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.